Do subscribe to Filter Copy and click on the bell icon to get regular updates.
Frankly, we are quite fed up with this drone politics that is taking place in Andhra Pradesh. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with what is this drone politics, just to cut a long story short, there was this footage which was shot using a drone on the river Krishna between Pulichintala and Prakasam Barrage in Vijayawada. Now, what it exactly showed was the rented accommodation of Chandrababu Naidu in Undavali village, which is on the outskirts of Vijayawada. The idea was to show that the levels in river Krishna were rising, as a result of which there was a serious threat of submergence to Chandrababu Naidu's property, rented accommodation. Now, these images were actively shared by the YSR Congress media cell. And that's where the Telugu Desam stepped in. Nara Lokesh told me that since Chandrababu Naidu is a Z category protectee, this amounted to a security breach and that they will complain to the Andhra Pradesh DGP Gautam Sawang about it. Prima facie, it seemed to be a valid enough complaint. But the TDP leaders, the second rung leadership, went a step ahead and said that this amounted to surveillance and that there was a plot to carry out an assassination attempt on Chandrababu Naidu. What did the YSR Congress do in return? Now, the YSR Congress Irrigation Department pointed out that this was done by the Irrigation Department to assess the flood levels, the river levels which are rising, and they wanted to carry out an assessment, which is why this drone was sent up. The problem is that every time a drone camera is used, they have to get prior permission from the police department, which was not done in this particular case. So there was a communication gap between the irrigation department officials and the police department officials, as a result of which two people who were using the drone camera were caught in the bargain. The second point is that the YSR Congress MLA from Mangalgiri, who defeated Nara Lokesh incidentally, Allah Ramakrishna Reddy, went to the extent of complaining with the Tadepalli police station that there was a threat to his life and therefore he needed more security because he was receiving derogatory messages over social media by somebody called Lokesh Army, and therefore he needed his security to be increased from 1+1 to 3+3. The point is that, is this what Andhra Pradesh elected this new government for? Is this why they have this 175 MLAs belonging both to the YSR Congress and the TDP? What you needed at this point in time is to ensure that you have your feet on the ground, you get your legislators and elected representatives on the ground to ensure that the people are not put to any discomfort during the floods. Instead, what we are seeing is an absolutely ugly side of the politicians and leaders from both sides engaging in this kind of a verbal clash over drone politics, over assassination attempts, over derogatory messages. Pawan Kalyan was right, and I would agree with the Janasena leader when he said that it's time to end this drone politics by both the TDP and the YSR Congress, because the people of Andhra Pradesh definitely deserve more. This at a time when the other kind of politics is about how the two tallest leaders from Andhra Pradesh, Jagan Mohan Reddy, the Chief Minister, and Chandrababu Naidu, the leader of the opposition, both are missing from Andhra Pradesh at this point in time. Jagan being in the US on an official personal trip, and Chandrababu Naidu, who has gone to Hyderabad for treatment for his right arm. The question that arises is, what are the 5 deputy chief ministers doing? Andhra Pradesh has 5 deputy chief ministers, not in any other state in India. They are the ones who should be there all over the flood hit areas, be seen among the people, to say that the government is at your doorstep to provide help, to be seen as providing leadership in the absence of the chief minister, who we are told is monitoring the situation from the US. So what we need is that we need to end this daily tutu meme between the YSR Congress and the TDP. And the YSR Congress, which is coming to grips with the system, with the governance system, with the administration, needs to realize that it cannot be reacting on a daily basis to what the TDP social media cell puts out. Its primary duty is towards the people of Andhra Pradesh, not to rebut each and everything that the TDP social media cell puts out. It cannot be fretting about every word which is written by the TDP social media cell. So I think the people of Andhra Pradesh deserve better, especially in times of distress, and definitely not the kind of ugly politics over drones and floods and assassination attempts and derogatory messages that we have seen over the last couple of weeks in Andhra Pradesh. And we hope that politicians on both sides, the YSR Congress Party and the TDP, will pay heed to what the people on the ground are saying. Thank you very much for watching this edition of Filter Copy.